So one thing that kind of took me by surprise when I came in September last year, and this time, like how
Mm.
like there's just this vibe here, like shit's happening, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
you just sense the hustle, the
There's an
hustle,
energy.
there's energy, right?
Yeah.
Has this always been like this here, or is it some like recent occurrence, or
I think I mean I think I haven't been around here long enough to really know that, but definitely for the last 8 years that I've been here, it's definitely been the case. And I think when Vietnam implemented some of their policies, I can't tell you the exact dates, but essentially when Vietnam started to open up, I think that's really when started acknowledging Vietnam. But I think the Vietnamese have suffered historically, like they've had hard lives, and I think that's also why they're so driven to live better lives. And I think that's why they have that entrepreneurial drive to want to do better, live better, and so on. So I think that's here to stay. It's definitely been that way since I've been here, and that's exactly why I stayed, actually.
so? What's your advice to someone who wants to come here and like open a company here?
I think now's a great time, to be honest. I think the challenges, though, are going to be more cultural in terms of how to do business in Vietnam. So there are, the nuances of you need to have good relationships or have some relationships or people who have relationships who can help you get your paperwork done faster or who can navigate getting you the right licenses and things like that. But there are experts and people who know who you can find who can help you to do that. That's really, I think, the main challenge is more the bureaucracy in Vietnam in terms of setting up a business. But once you've done that, honestly, it's pretty easy to go after that.
So back to your company, like looking forward like 5 years,
Hmm.
what 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 needs to happen if you say, okay, my company has been a success, whatever
Hmm.
that success term means to you?
Sure. I mean, for me, I've always so financials are important. Like for any company, if you don't make enough money, you die. But again, I think with my co-founder, we started this business because we wanted to do something good. So for us, when we started this business, we wanted to set out on a mission to have a positive impact on the lives of 1 million folks around the world. And for us, positive impact means that we've helped them to learn something, advance in their careers, or acquire new sets of skills, something that they will find beneficial to their own ends. So that's been our mission. So if I mean, even to tomorrow, touch wood, that's not the case. But if I die tomorrow, at least I would say like I tried to do something good. I put in my best efforts, and I think I lived a pretty good life, honestly, so far, and I would have no regrets. But in the next 5 years, if we can do what we're doing now and go from 200,000 to 1 million and 5x that, that would be fantastic. Like I would be very proud of that.
So what needs to happen in the next 5 years for you to say, okay, we fucked this up, our business
Hmm.
failed? What happens?
I think, I mean, that's a good question. To be honest, I don't think that would ever happen because even if it's not a huge financial success and we had to close our doors, I still think the positive impact that we've had on the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of folks that we've helped, I think for me is meaningful enough. And I think as an entrepreneur, what you learn from running a business is very valuable. And so I'm pretty sure I'd find a job or whatever, or work in another startup. I'd find a way. So I would be more sad if I couldn't fulfill my vision in terms of doing the impact that I want to have. More so than closing, like it wouldn't bother me if I closed because we ran out of money. But at least if I was trying to do a good job, then I give it my best shot, move on to the next thing, and we'll figure it out from there.
Can you tell us what you do for fun, or like what some of your hobbies are?
Sure. Well, I work a lot, first of all. I do enjoy my work, so that is fun. But in terms of extracurriculars, I do a lot of motorcycling. So on the weekends, I will wake up at 5 a.m. and go for like an 8-10 hour ride with friends by the beach in the middle of the rice fields and whatever, and discover the country and just kind of listen to music and zone out. So that's fun. Otherwise, I mean, I mentioned I play a little bit of golf. I mean, Vietnam is really fun. There's so many things to do. Like, we go out eating a lot. I need to lose some weight, but that's, food is a blessing and a curse here because there's a lot of good food. Um, the usual stuff, going out, meeting out with friends, making music, things like that. Sure.
So next question, like how do you take care of yourself, like mentally, physically, spiritually? How do you make sure like you take care of yourself?
Yeah. So I was actually very bad at that the first couple of years. I did not. I gained like a ton of weight. I was very unhealthy. So what I did was I forced myself to take more breaks. Because I before when I was working, I would feel guilty if I was like somebody, a client would send a message, and if I didn't answer immediately, I would feel bad. Now I'm grateful that I have a team who can help me do that. So now I force myself to take every month at least a long weekend, maybe one or two if I'm lucky. When I go on a holiday, I really try to turn off my phone. I really try not to look at it, and I try to tell my clients in advance. I try to do more exercise, more sports. So that's why I go, cycling. I go riding, bikes with my friends, because that's really the time when we get to disconnect. Because when you're riding a bike, you can't just answer your phone call or whatever.
Or at least hopefully you're not anyway, huh?
No, yeah, yeah, correct. And I wouldn't want to anyways. So yeah, eating, I think most entrepreneurs, we try to kill ourselves in the beginning. We think that that's the grind, but actually the grind is not even the real thing we need to do. What we need to do is make sure that we endure so that the company can endure, and we can make tough decisions when we need to, and that we have the mental and physical capacity to do so.